You are watching Area DMG.
Welcome back to Area DMG. The following is a Radio DMG episode that was taped at Nan Desu Kan 2017 and is set to, well, this is an episode of Radio DMG Versus for Area DMG. Our background footage, of course, is from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Enjoy!
Welcome back to Area DMG or Radio DMG or DMGIS.com, depending on how you are hearing this or viewing a thing in the background for it. My name is Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and I'm here at Nan Desu Kan 2017 with...
This is Jason Marsden.
So, Jason Marsden...
My name's not nearly as cool as yours.
Oh, sorry. You need to add some taglines to it. Like, Jason Marsden, the incredible...
incredible driver of a passenger van. I don't know. I could
have to think of something there. Like, we'll find something.
Okay.
Something creative for that. But yeah, just in case people might not be familiar with who you are and what you do, who are you and what do you do?
I am an actor. I've been in television and movies since I was a kid. I was a child actor in sitcoms and whatnot, like Step by Step, Boy Meets World, Full House. And I also do work in animation. I worked, when I was 11, I worked on Disney's Adventures of the Gummy Bears. I've worked on Justice League and Static Shock. I'm the voice of Max in a Goofy movie, the voice of Thackeray Binks in Hocus Pocus. And the reason why I'm here at Nan Desu Kan is for a little Academy Award-winning movie called Spirited Away.
I think we've probably heard of that.
I think so.
Maybe. So, how did you get started into acting? Or is it something that your parents were like, you're going to act?
Yes.
But in movies.
Whether you like it or not, you're our winning lottery ticket. I was 11. We moved to California from Rhode Island. My father was teaching ballet at Fullerton College, and I was young, precocious, and I looked like I fit the model, let's say. You know, back in the day where there was no diversity in movies and TV, they all wanted white kids with blonde hair or dark hair, and I had the dark hair. So people kept saying to my mom, your son's cute, you should get him into acting, and my mom thought it was a good idea. I wasn't opposed to it. I definitely, I watched a lot of Nickelodeon, and You Can't Do That on Television, and I thought I could do that. Maybe I have to say out if to be on TV. I didn't realize you had to be Canadian to be on that show. They sent me to. They found a workshop in Irvine, Del Mar Media Arts, which is still running to this day, and they signed me up. I did 12 weeks of theatrical, 12 weeks of commercial. They sent me to an agent. The agent signed me that day and just started saturating me with auditions, and success came pretty quickly.
So what was the first thing that you were on?
First thing I booked was a McDonald's commercial. That's usually like what young kids, you get that out of the way, do a McDonald's commercial. And I landed a recurring role on General Hospital. But my first big break, you could say, was we did a revamped version of The Munsters called The Munsters Today, which you can watch on Hulu if you can. Mom, I'll be right there. I'm doing an interview. Mom! So embarrassing. You can see The Munsters on Hulu. See if you want to see a 13 to 15-year-old Marsden in pointy ears and black lipstick. That was me.
So, how did you find the transition from a child actor to an adult actor? How did you deal with that transition?
There was nothing to it really. Like I said, I was very fortunate, had a lot of success. I luckily was one of those actors that kept booking different projects as I got older. I took my GED when I was 16, so I could work as an adult, which meant better opportunities. I could work longer hours, didn't need a studio teacher, that sort of thing. So that helped, and just working with great people and having good guidance.
So, what do you think of Denver so far? Have you been here before? And what do you think of Nan Desu Kan?
I have been to Denver before. I love it here. The first time I came, I live in Tennessee now, and when we moved from LA, we drove cross country and we stopped at your sand dunes and stayed in Boulder and kind of came down here like for a second. And then I had an event at the Arapahoe Library last year and hung out for a little while, hung out in the city. And it's funny, I hung out at night, and so this is my first time seeing your city in the day. Even better, thumbs up. Yeah, I dig it. I dig the vibe. Everyone's super nice. And Nan Desu Kan is outstanding. I mean, I've done my share of conventions, even anime exclusive conventions, and staff is super nice. It's obviously a family atmosphere. They take really good care of me and the guests. They take great care of the attendees. Everyone seems to be having a great time. I was out last night partying with everybody at the dance party and going to other panels because I like bouncing around conventions as an attendee myself. Top notch. Highly recommend. If you haven't gone to Nan Desu Kan, check it out next year.
Jason Marsden recommends that you go to this convention. So do we. We like it.
Right.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
What were you doing last night?
Well, actually, I went home after the costume contest and just kind of crashed on the couch. So pretty much I just sat there and was like part of the furniture for most of the evening, which the cat appreciates.
Right.
But yeah.
I feel like it's what I should have done, but the energy was like...
Just like, nope.
The FOMO.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just like that. It just pulls you in and you're there.
It does.
Well, what do you think you'd be doing if you had not had the opportunity to be a child actor or gotten into acting? What do you think you'd be doing today?
That's a good question. I've always been a fan of animation, and I can draw, and animate. Being an animator was a passion. I also fold clothes really good. I could easily work at a clothing store and
like
recover
Uniqlo
clothing.
Or something.
Yeah, I could totally do that. I like music. I can't think of anything that wouldn't be attached to the entertainment industry in some way. I love it. Either I thought about being an agent or a manager. There's so many different facets, but definitely something within the biz.
So you said that you do animation and drawing. Mm-hmm. What are your influences for that?
Well, Disney specifically. Guys like Andreas Deja, who he is.
Yes.
The listeners, he animated Jafar and Scar and Gaston in the Disney films, and brilliant, amazing talent. Excuse me. In fact, I kind of live vicariously through him and other animators. I would, work. Boy Meets World was on the Disney lot, so I would sneak over to the animation department and just hang out. I made friends with some animators and kind of watch the process through that. And there's a great book called The Art of Animation by Ward Kimball and Ollie Johnston, a couple of Walt's original 9 Old Men. Super in-depth animation Bible. I'm sure you can find it on the shelves today, but it's like 2 inches thick, and it's got...
Yeah, it's really amazing.
You've seen this?
Yes, I have one.
Oh, it's so good. When we moved, I kept it in a box, and unfortunately there's a little bit of water damage, so every so often I have to carefully peel the pages aside. But I cherish that book. I poured through it as a kid. Realized quickly, I'm like, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. I really need to study. It's more than just, drawing. It's studying movement and anatomy and all that.
So, have you gotten to check out any of the Taste of Colorado since you've been here?
I have not. I've been I'm sad about that because I love food and I love local cuisine. It's going on today, right?
Yes, and tomorrow.
Oh, I'm going to Orlando tomorrow, where there's another food and wine thing going on there at Epcot. But after this, I have nothing else to do until closing ceremonies. Pardon?
You might have something at 3.
I do have something at 3.
So we're checking that, I guess.
That. But it's right down the street. What do you recommend?
Well, actually, to be honest, all the times that it's been there, I've been here at NDK.
Okay.
There are some actually really great things that looked good from there. I just haven't been over there myself to check it out.
What is the Denver cuisine that one should not miss?
Well, actually, I feel like the food in Colorado is okay. I feel like the craft beer is what people shouldn't miss here in Colorado.
Sure.
That's actually the thing there. Like, we have a lot of great breweries over here, like Breckenridge is fantastic and such. But for the food-wise, a lot of my favorite food out here is actually food that's from other states.
Okay.
Like the Detroit-style pizza or whatnot.
Okay. Is this like the number one? Like, you have the most breweries in America?
I think we do. Do we?
I believe
Did we win?
I believe we have the highest density of independent breweries.
Wow.
That is constantly in contest.
Oh, yeah. I think we win. We have all of them.
right.
Yeah, definitely. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water while you're here.
Oh, I am, believe me.
Because of the altitude. Oh, goodness, yeah.
I felt a little altitude-y when I got here. My palms are sweaty and a slight headache, which I didn't feel the last time I was here. But the con they gave us like a little welcome package with like some acclimation tea, water, little tips on what to do. They recommended we don't drink alcohol. I kind of broke that rule, but I'm here today talking to you. Obviously, it's working.
Obviously. No. So, what's been your favorite part of the convention so far?
My favorite part was another guest who's here is Dante Bosco, who people will know as he played Rufio in Hook and American Dragon Jake Long, and he worked in Avatar. I've known him for like 20 years, and we've never like really hung out. But we did last night. It was fantastic. But he did a panel on. He does poetry, spoken word, like poetry slam poetry, and I sat in for that. And not only was he amazing, but he opened up the room for people to offer their poetry. And honestly, I didn't give the attendees any credit. I did not expect the level of talent and vulnerability that people poured out. And this couple gals just brought me to tears with stuff they had.
It was amazing.
You were there
too, yeah.
Oh,
we taped it, actually. That'll be on areadmg.com when it's up.
Oh, Ben, please listen to that one. Give that one.
It is amazing.
Yeah, share that one. It's so important. I mean, that type of artistic expression, it's healing. I mean, clearly.
Yeah.
From some of the people that
there's that energy to it.
Yeah. The gal that talked about mental illness, I wanted to talk to her and be like, you should, I don't know, she has, record this and broadcast this. I have friends who suffer from mental illness that would benefit from hearing that.
Yeah.
It inspired me to, try my hand at poetry, I
used to write a lot of poems when I was young. I never did anything with them. I should at some point.
Revisit them.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, speaking of that energy, one thing I love about these conventions is there's so much energy there. There's this energy and joy that people bring into the convention. And then I've noticed, though, with a lot of people, they have that energy and joy at the convention, but when they go to their normal, like their jobs or school, or when they're dealing with like depression or bullies and stuff, they just kind of lose that energy the moment they get out of the convention.
Yeah.
Do you have any suggestions on how people can bottle up that energy, take that energy and joy they feel at the convention, and apply it to their everyday lives?
Absolutely. And good for you for pointing that out, because these are great weekends where people have permission to let loose and dress how they want and be who they want, and there's no reason that anybody shouldn't do that at home or in the workplace. I mean, I can understand if you can't wear like I don't know much anime, but a crazy dragon costume at your office. I mean, within reason. But if they have like a T-shirt Tuesday, why not amp it up a bit? But I highly encourage people to be themselves and don't let anybody
steal that joy.
Don't let anyone like tip it, steal from your bucket. These cons, I think, inspire people. I hope they inspire people to take that home. There's another event that I'm a fan of that I've attended called Burning Man that's happening this weekend as well. And their philosophy is like, what we do here on the playa, this energy, this community that we have, it's your charge to take this out into the world. And I think maybe we could talk to more conventions, or I could suggest that we implore the attendees when they're here to be like, hey, you know what? You don't have to do this just here. Be you at home. Be you in your community. Let your freak flag fly, my man.
Take your joy.
Exactly. I moved to a small town in Tennessee called Mount Juliet, and it's growing. But when I first moved there, I was definitely the oddball. I was, the guy wearing my burner outfits and, sometimes wearing, guy liner if I was out, too late the night before. And I relished going into the Kroger just to see how people would react to me, just to let and give the energy of like, yeah, you know what? I mean, I know it's weird and maybe you're not used to this, but I'm okay. I'm safe. I'm your neighbor, and I'm not trying to make you be like me. I'm not trying to press my values on you. I just want to be myself, and so I hope most people who come here can do that as well.
For our Colorado people, Kroger's is like King Soopers. It's the same company, or Dominic's.
I should have said supermarket.
Supermarket. Kroger's is the best supermarket, to be honest.
Is it?
Yeah, not enough places have those. Some places have Aldi's, which is better, but
Aldi's. No.
Aldi's is fantastic.
Isn't Aldi's is that Trader Joe's owns that? Isn't that?
I think they do. Trader Joe's. We have Trader Joe's around here. It's great.
I saw one.
Yeah.
Cool.
But Aldi's is better.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to before we get going, is there anything that you're working on that you'd like to go ahead and promote?
Yeah, I'm working on another season of Young Justice for Young Justice fans. I think it's because of the fans that Warner Brothers decided, we're gonna pick up where we left off.
One.
Yes, so it matters. Your voice matters. I work on the Garfield show every so often. We do these educational shorts for the internet that are fun. So we just did a bunch of those. And like I said, I live in Nashville, and my new passion is working with musicians, and I'm developing I did this live in 2015, and I'm developing it as a TV show, but a variety show. I call it the Mars Variety Show, and it features acoustic performances, specialty performances, including but not limited to burlesque, stand-up, spoken word, live art, and then like a big, headliner. And it features all local, independent Nashville talent. For those who aren't aware, Nashville is more than just country. We have, punk, we got hip hop, we got pop, we got all Americana. It's all across the spectrum, and I love my community, and this is my love letter to them.
Anything else that you'd like to promote?
Is there something that I don't?
No.
Oh, I can't think of it.
Wait, before we go, where can people find you online?
You can find me on the Twitter at Jason Marsden. I post more on Instagram. I'd love to have more Instagram followers. I post a lot of video and fun stuff on there, and that's where I like to share. I mean, I talk about animation stuff, but I do send videos of like some of these great musicians that I see and take, I think, pretty cool video. So I'd like people to glom onto that.
Yeah. What's your Instagram handle?
Jason Marsden.
Excellent. And thank you so very much for doing this interview.
My pleasure.
This has been Philip Wesley with Area DMG, Radio DMG, DMGI, just all that family of things. And I've been here at Nan Desu Kan 2017 with
Jason Marsden.
And until the next episode comes out, you are now caught up.
And that's it for this episode of Area DMG Presents Radio DMG Versus. This will be part of a Radio DMG episode in the future. We're going to have kind of an extra long one because, oh my goodness, there are many interviews and stuff that we have not revealed to you yet for Radio DMG. And we will, of course, have other Radio DMG Versus content, but I felt you guys might want to check out this particular interview. So, let me know in the comments below what you think. Hit that thumbs up already if you haven't already. Hit that share button if you haven't already. I mean, if you love this, you got to share it, right? That's how we grow. Oh, and if you haven't already, hit that little subscribe button. The one that says subscribe. Hit that thing. And if you hit that, make sure that you hit the little bell next to it, so that you are notified whenever we have a brand new video of Area DMG. And until the next video comes out, you are now caught up.